Well, talk about fit, eh? Bigger tent wouldn't have got anywhere. But look at this. Talk about waiting for the golden moment. It rained all night and it's just cleared now. I've got some clouds coming in. Look at that over there, eh? But hey, what a morning. I'll take you up just a little bit up here and you can get like a 360 view. Yeah, so I was right about this being a really quiet spot. I've looked over at Cat Bells this morning. There was about 6 or 7 people up there already. Maiden Moor, there's 2 people up there now. Right on top there. This little place, not a soul. Let's go on to the what would be summit of this place, High Crags. Right, this is where I got to last night, and where I showed you them sort of stones that someone had put. There's like 2 summits almost. There's one just here, and the one which I think is the summit is over there. But to be honest, that little knoll over there looks a little bit higher. It's hard to tell. But hey, sort of just under Maiden Moor here. But we've got our little tranquil place. There's a little tarn just down there, you can get water. And there's camping all over here, which is just stunning. Totally out of the wind where I was. I mean, you can't even tell until you get over there. You couldn't even tell where I camped. But yeah, Cat Bells up there. There's no one up there at the minute. Like I say, there's 2 people up on top of Maiden Moor. Looks like there's a couple going up now. And yeah, Newlands Valley with Skiddaw in the background. But if I turn you around here, you've got Dalehead, Hines Garth, Robinson, and a whole host of others. Worth it, definitely worth it. I was up, I mean, it rained all last night, and I was thinking, oh, is it going to be rained in the morning? Checked the forecast, it did actually say it was going to be clear for a few hours, up until about 9 o'clock, and at least I'll be packed and off by then. But for now, we've got this. I can see the path coming down from Maiden Moor actually, which would probably take in summer, just because it looks a bit easier. There's no bracken. What a stunning little pitch. Brilliant little place. So it's roughly the same height as Rolling End. I think we're a little bit lower. In fact, you can see the top here. So we're higher than called the Hawes Gate there, and we're kind of sort of halfway up. I think it's about 415 meters, something like that. But yeah, nice little one. And while I'm here, I'd just like to say I'm up to past 1,000 subscribers now, so I've made that milestone. I messed up in the editing. I don't know if anyone's seen. Last week I uploaded the videos backwards, unedited and everything, and it was supposed to be my sort of first change in the edits, and I completely messed it up. So hopefully this week it goes a lot better. But yeah, look at this, eh? You can't beat it. It's worth, going up last night. If I asked anyone, they would have thought I was mental. But waking up this morning to this, you just can't get any better. Bit of snow on the top there of Dalehead, and yeah, there's some over that way as well. These clouds are sort of slipping on down and then just sort of disappearing. Just working out, that little hill there is Blueberry Fell on the other side of the valley. It looks different from this angle. Everything looks different from this angle. Yeah, he just sort of stood out on a rett. Quite far out as well, you know. This is why I'm surprised no one comes down here more often. But yeah, it's not a Wainwright. It's nothing really. But yeah, my little place. So packing down in a one-person tent, right. So what I tend to do, pack the sleeping bag first. That's basically, it takes up the most space. So get rid of that, get it packed up, and get it done. Next thing I do, well, I have this Trekker chair seat. Then I start letting down my pillow, purely because it's another thing that I can pack away to next to nothing. Nice and easy, and it creates more space. I don't get it wet. And it packs down to that, nothing at all. Then I go on the hunt for all my electronics. So I look for my headphones, my cables, my batteries, my torch, sat nav. Today I won't be using that, so I'll pack that away as well. And then get all the bits and pieces just packed away nice and neatly. Don't need my head torch, it's daylight now. And then put the stuff I need, like my batteries for my camera and my headphones, I'll keep out. It's mainly just get organised and get everything in its bag. After that, I'll do my cook set, which I've already done. All my other bits and pieces. Got my gloves here that I had on last night that I don't need. Can nicely pack away everything like that. And what I found you don't want to be doing is let the mat down. As much as nice as it is to let it down to give you some more headspace, pack all my stuff down and try and get it organised as much as possible. It keeps you warm, keeps you off the ground. Then the next thing, my down trousers, which in this tent I have to lie down. And then I've got to try and find the bag for them, which could be anywhere. Tuck the down trousers away. Right, and sometimes the next step will be taking down jacket off, which has got its own bag, and pack that away. But today we'll be keeping it on. Still got ice on the floor, so it's still cold. So the next step is taking the mat down. I've got a Nemo Tenza Extreme for winter, and the good thing about this is it's got a good little hole for letting it down. And then with this Trekker chair, I just pull it out, find the bag for it and roll it up. Right, now the hard bit, getting this thing rolled up in a one-person tent. So you've got to fold it into thirds to get it into the bag, into that. So let's do that first. And then what I tend to do is try and get as much air out as you can before you start rolling it. And then this is the bag that you pump it up with. Fold that so it sits neatly there. And then kind of concertina it up that side so you can get down here and really compress them first bits of the sleeping mat, just so you can get a good roll on. Feed the blow up thing in with it, and then keeping the pressure on as you're rolling it up, just so that it tries to get as much air out as possible. Again, roll from the foot end to the head end, just so that the air comes out of the top. And then that should be rolled up like that. Find the bag it came out of. And slide it back in. Just be careful of the end bit. And there we go. That's the sleeping mat, chair, down pants, food, gloves, electronics, pillow, sleeping bag. All packed within 7 minutes. There we go. Now I've got the hard task of getting my boots on. So sometimes when you're camping, it's easier to wear trainers because it can be a pain. Oh, I think I found my lost peg. There we go. That shot out last night when I was putting the tent up. Perfect. Right. Where was I? Yeah. Putting boots on in a tent when you haven't got much room can be a bit of a pain. These Le Sportive are, what's the make of these called? AESTs. Yeah. These Le Sportive boots are really nice. They're comfiest boots I've had. I've had Solomon's, Altberg, Lower, and Zamberlin's. You name it, I've probably had them. I've definitely think that these ones are the best. Funkiest pattern on the bottom of them. Look how, hooking that would be, how much that would hook in when you're going downhill. But for me, yeah, these are certainly the best ones, the most garish boots I've ever had. They do stand out. You do know you're wearing Le Sportive boots. But they're, they are. They're a good boot. I think I've only worn them 3 times, but on the 3 occasions I've had them and worn them, they've been really good. Time to get the bag out and up and get the tent down. Right, it's time to do a time takedown. Let's get the bag out. I've already found the peg I lost the night before, so that should be all good. Last check inside the tent. Remove the worms that are trying to get in. Zip up the door. Right, it's just slightly awkward in this little bit, but we should be all right. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Trying to get all these pegs out and not any. Oh. Oh, that's cold. Sort these bags out. Still ice on the ground. Ui, ui, ui. Soaking wet today. It's going to be hard getting it in this bag actually. The bag's wet. It's such a lightweight thing as well. There we go. Just. Oh. Don't forget the spare pole. Time. Right, let's get all this stuff in the bag. Right, that's everything I brought in, taking out, leaving nothing behind. Sun's starting to come up now. Is it actually going to get warmer? Don't think it is. I think the forecast is for a bit of rain at 9 o'clock. So I think this is all we're going to get. There we go. There's the space. It's where we were. Leave no trace, guys. Look at that. This is how we want to keep it. I want to come back here again, eh? Right. I was thinking of going down that way there, but I think I'll leave that for summer. I'm going to retrace my steps, going back towards Maidenmore. It's always nice to find little places like that. Some people say they should be kept a secret, but to be honest, I think we're kind of oversaturated with secrets. There's nothing really left secret in the Lake District. Everyone kind of knows every little nook and cranny. Little tarn there as well. And we'll follow this little sheep track down this way. I think got slightly better views. Or is that off to the... when I was looking on OS, and I noticed a little small sheep trod. It looks like a scramble. I say sheep trod, it's on the OS maps. So I would imagine it's you know, it's not used, it's used by humans, but this could be the one where it comes up to here. I haven't re-looked on the map, but there is kind of a bowl here where that tarn is. I'm also looking, you know, for coming back up here again, because I think this is going to be another regular here in High Crag. High Rig are both good accessible fells. Yeah, so there's already 2 people coming down Cat Bells there. So that's about, over the last hour, I've probably seen about 20 people already coming down there, and a few people on the top of Maiden Moor. But here I've seen nothing. Okay, just coming this way, I've thought I'd come and have a look at this little viewpoint here. But I noticed a path here going right down, which is one I didn't see last night. But that'll take us right down. So I'm going to follow this path. So it's a bit higher. I came up here and kind of diagonal and then across that path, but it looks like we've got something all the way down and along. Right, let's head off down. Kind of traversed along here and picked up where I got to, and I went up that way last night. So I remember saying about this becoming a spring. So this is where it's opened up, and it just kind of seeps out of the mountain there, and then this all collects and then turns into a waterfall further down. Look at that, eh? Looks epic. So I'm going to try and find that path where I seen it coming along here. So even though I spied what I thought was a path, there isn't. If this was summertime, it'd be pretty dire because of all this dead bracken, and then down here you've got reeds, and I can hear water coming down here somewhere from these gullies, and then where it levels off here. So I'm going to try and keep high here, round and up by just the bottom of that cliff face there, and then up towards that mine. Got these on. This ground's quite hard pack, but with these grips on these boots, it's helping me. Right, found a little sort of sheep track off to the right here. I'm just going to get down a bit further, just keeping an eye out where I'm going as well. Right, made swift track along the bottom of there. So glad I kept high. All this is boggy. I don't even know how I got up there last night. Obviously by luck. But yeah, I think if you're going to go across there, I would try and keep high just underneath where the path actually takes you. There's the OS doesn't really have anything, but the Talkie Toaster map that I use does. I'm just going to pop up here because I remember something being up here. Here we go. We've got a cave. Can have a little look in here. That's pretty freaky. Right, let's go. I'm not a caver. If I'm with 2 people, I'll be all right, but I'm quite happy sleeping on top of mountains by myself. But going in caves, It's not my thing. Right, I don't know why I'm going up that way. I should be going down, so I'm going to go back down onto this bit there where there's some old mining works as well. Looks like there's another bit down there, so let's have a look. And this is another reason why I like doing these videos. You know, I get to go places where I think, well, why would I go there just to say I've been there, whereas you've got a sense of purpose. You know, go and camp up there and try and find a quiet place. You tend to sort of venture the fells a bit more, and you find all these things like caves up there. I mean, I've been to that one before. All this workings here, I never knew the little towns were here, you know, so you get to know the mountains inside and out almost, you know, the little campsites off the little pitching places off the side of Cat Bells where you've walked past thousands of times otherwise. This little plateau here with a mine shaft by the looks of it. We'll go up and have a look. So that was just coming down the quarry there. It's all right underfoot actually. It's all wet, but it's not that slippy either. But again, good boots makes a big difference. So we're at the upper part of the valley here. If you go around the corner, the valley actually goes up a lot further. but here is a dead end for the valley, and then you're climbing up into the hills, into sort of Cat Bells, Horse Gate it's called. That was that little kind of point I was looking at last night, and to be honest, I could probably walk up there all right. I wouldn't recommend it for people really, to be honest. It's a bit steep, and yeah, I mean, if you're experienced enough and you're quite happy on your feet, you'd be all right. I was kind of just above these cliffs here, but yeah, such a lovely little quiet place that. And on a quiet valley as well, one valley over Buttermere, one valley over, you've got Borrowdale, and again, you know, that's a busy fell. And trying to find this little path that OS recommended, but to be honest, I haven't found it. I think it's more of a scramble, to be honest. But yeah, didn't see it last night coming up, and I was looking. So it's probably an old path that's been overgrown. Newlands is such a nice quiet valley. It's got one busy road, Newlands Pass, but that goes over to Buttermere, so everyone's kind of going somewhere when they're in Newlands. You know, they're going to Buttermere or from Buttermere into Keswick. So it means this side of the valley tends to be fairly quiet. And like I say, I've seen a few people going up and down Cat Bells, but no one on the bit where I was. Again, there's no sort of recognised footpath. You know, the only kind of way is to go up to Maiden Moor and back down again. And I think when you're at that point, then you have to go back up again. So it's probably why no one's ever been up there, or not many people have been up there. Yeah, in winter time when the bracken's, you know, all dead, dying, it's easy to navigate up there from the way I went. But any other way, I think it'll be a pain. You know, you've either got steep, craggy slopes. It's even worse on the Newlands side, on the opposite side. That's even more craggy. This would be the easier way up. There's no way you could get up that way. Or you'd have to be very good at navigating through cliffs and hillsides and stuff. But one easy way to look at it is there's no sheep on there, and sheep are really good at mountains, despite actually seeing them dead at the bottom of cliffs. There's quite a lot of them are really good. So there's 3 sheep up there, which usually indicates there's an easy-ish way of going up there. But again, I wouldn't recommend it. There's no footpath, and it's pretty steep. You know, there's sheep up the side of Cat Bells there, and they go quite high, but again, wouldn't recommend trying to walk up there. Be a pain in the ass anyway. Well, we're back on the level path now, and we're getting back to the car park. So yeah, that was pretty epic actually. I quite like the going up in the dark, having rain all night, and then waking up to this glorious view. If no one wants to climb all the way up there but get a similar view, you can come up here that's just up from Littletown and just look over the wall. It's pretty stunning anyway, isn't it? This has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.